All right, folks. September 13th, it's a Thursday evening. It's about 7 p.m. I'm not kneeling down either, I'm standing up. Here's the sorghum. We're in a very good part of this field though, and I stopped here on purpose to show you just how darn good some of these areas are. I'm over half done. Don't worry, we're gonna go for a nice ride. I'm over half done, and I just split my next section. Instead of making all those big wraparounds. It's going very good. I did not have the pleasure of being able to cut my first crop. I was running late. I was a day behind. We were playing a game with the weather, and I didn't get the pleasure of cutting it. Let me tell you something right now. This stuff cuts like butter. That discbine has not told me it's hurting. It hasn't told me it's being overworked. In fact, I could probably kick it up a gear or two. I have no intentions of doing so though. It cuts like a hot knife on butter. It's absolutely beautiful. I did a bunch of swapping around of knives not too long ago too, so that helps out tremendously. Just look at this stuff, for gosh sakes. Look at these windrows. Thank God I'm not trying to bale it dry. You can see all the crimps that it's putting on. Very thankful. Got a lot of advice from a lot of people that know better, out of experience. Ted Caller, one of them. That man's full of information, good information. Will Sowers, and not to mention many other people. A lot of the things I did with this sorghum crop, which is my first, was followed by lots of information that was afforded to me. Very grateful for that. Even though I'm not looking at another regrowth, which is very obvious, I still adjusted my header tilt so that the header tilt does not exist. It does not tilt. Reason being is the less bulky stocks, that I can put in there, the better. So, plus, for the possibility of any stones, which, there's stones in here. It looks beautiful to you now, but I'm here to tell you there's some stony spots. I'm here to tell you I don't have all the science, but I'm telling you this crop is thicker than first. I'm not talking about height, and I'm not talking about girth of the stems. It's just there's more of it. I'm telling you, it's a thicker crop, and we're going to talk more about that on a different video, not right now, about how I kind of planted this extremely heavy. And everything else. Okay, the height of this stuff, why don't you take a look at it. This is a very tremendous area of this field. This is over 6 feet. There's a lot of it that you're gonna see, because we're gonna go for a ride. It's at about 4. A lot of it's at 5. You're gonna see a spot that's over 7. So it's, it varies in the field, which is very obvious and normal. Low spots, dead furrows from moldboard plowing, and all in all, I'm tickled pink. I'd have to say on average, this field is yielding on average, I'm talking height here, heck, I'm just gonna say it, 5.5 feet, and you can witness that for yourself. Granted, I don't got a tape measure here, but I don't need a tape measure to tell you what 5, 6, 7, 8 feet is. So, great stuff. Discbine's doing great. Tractor's doing great. Had a fresh oil change last week, so it's just a smiling. Remember, I told you I split this next section, so of course, I had to drive in here. I'm gonna tell you something. It's kind of tricky opening up one of these fields and going through the middle. It's almost scary because you don't know what's going on. You can't see it. I'll just go ahead and admit to you guys right now, I personally have never chopped corn, and I'm going to assume that it's almost just like that. In fact, chopping corn's probably worse because it's taller. Well, that'll throw you for a loop. But this sun is beautiful. I'm glad we got it, but it's going to play heck on this video. The back window's kind of dirty, folks, so I'm going to go ahead and lift it up. It's about to get real loud, and here we go. This is about a 7-foot area right here. You're going to see some that's even taller here in a bit. Now remember, I got two hands. I'm trying to do a good job here. Right now, there's no up and down on the fly, I can tell you that. I've got this disc bind set to my likings. I jacked around with it 2 or 3 different times as far as the wingspan and then the deflector. I'd like to see these rows a little wider, but I can't find that perfect combination I'm looking at. This is what it's going to be here. It's not the widest, but it's good for baling. Understand that I'm not raking this. This does not get raked. Everything that I read, and it just makes some common sense, raking something like this, you're going to get dirt in there, and it's a major player, dirt, with the acidicities that take over during fermentation. Remember, I'm not a teacher, okay? It's just like your alfalfa baleage. Now, if I get a real thin crop of alfalfa, and by God, it needs to be cut, you know what? I'm going to hook up to the rotary rake, but otherwise, no. So, this is my good happy medium for a nice little swath for dry down time, for the size of the baler to come and pick it up, as far as the head size on my baler. And this is my happy medium. I'd like to see it a little bit wider, but I can't find that combination. But I'm pretty happy with this. Is this the spot? Or yeah, this is some 7-foot stuff right here. Now, I I've been out here for a while, folks. I really wanted to concentrate on opening up this field, and just look at the size of those windrows. And of course you got a deer. There's going to be deer all over this place. So yeah, as you can see behind me, I've been cutting for a while. Things are going good. But okay, let's talk about the crimp. The crimp that I'm putting on this crop through the disc bind. I was actually kind of really scared to put a hard crimp on this because there's so much material going through it. I'm figuring I'd probably have to cut this thing at 2 miles an hour just for it to be an even flow. That's not the case. This sorghum, as it turns out, is, and my words aren't all correct here, it's a delicate crop. It really is. Even though it's got that stocky little stem on it, it cuts like butter and it crimps like nobody's business. So the setup that I have on this disc bind, which is a H7230 New Holland, it's very advisable to find your happy medium even point on your rollers for a crimp. It's advisable to when you're going to cut for dry hay, six to 7 turns to the positive for the crimp, obviously. I started off on 6. I didn't want to, I was scared to death to do it, but I did it, 6. I didn't hear those rollers jump once. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about right now, some of you don't. Sometimes you know, if you get a heavy, thick product going through your disc bind, you will hear those rollers. It almost sounds like slip clutch, but it's not. It's the rollers bouncing up and down. Long story short, things were going so good, I ended up putting 8 full turns on the crimpers. The rubber on rubber wheels for to put a crimp down. And I took a real good look at the sorghum on the ground. It's crimping the hell out of it. It's doing good. Folks, I think things are going pretty good. I'm pretty happy. This is not a bale contest, and I don't even want to talk about the amount of bales. I got a lot on my plate right now. I am here to tell you, though, if some people are interested, there is not a doubt in my mind this second crop will surpass the amount of bales as first crop, which was 172. I don't know how to explain it to you. It just seems like a thicker crop. I don't know. I'm going to open this back window up again so you can see a little cut in action. Here's some 7-foot stuff right here. And we're back to 6. And I'm going to shut this video down, and I think I'll do one at the very end, whatever time of night that is, which it's not going to be much longer. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a cloud haze behind the disc bind. Folks, what that is that's from the moisture from the plant. This sorghum is just packed full of moisture. It's unbelievable. But yeah, folks, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the first video of many on this series, which we're going to label Making Baleage Sorghum. Making sorghum baleage, excuse me. I'm going to be honest with you, I need a good night's sleep tonight. Holy crap, am I looking forward to it. But I'll probably be out here, what is it, 7:30? I'll probably be out here till, at least another hour and a half, which is no big deal, that's all right. And here's what we're gonna do. Hold on here now. Here's the plan of attack. I reiterated it on a video I made this morning, early this afternoon heading home. This is Thursday night, so it's being cut tonight. The whole thing. Obviously, I'm going to be done in a little bit. It's going to sit all day tomorrow. It's going to sit all day Saturday. Sunday, once the dew is off, I don't know. Let's just say noon, 1 o'clock regardless, just for timing reasons. I'm going to start baling. I'm going to bale what I believe is half. I'm not going to put a science to it. Baling will take at least a few hours, but then, the job's not done. Now, the only reason I'm only baling half is because it's got to get wrapped too, folks, and we're talking about a lot of bales. So I'm going to do half of this baling and wrapping on Sunday, the other half on Monday. If the weather pattern changes, I will change my plan accordingly, but right now that's solid gold, that plan of attack. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos. I might even do one when I'm absolutely finished here with the field. We'll take a real nice look at the product on the ground, and I'm pretty happy. If anybody's interested, this sorghum, and I'm not high and mighty on seed. Well, I am when it works, I am. You want to talk to me about alfalfa, especially in the northern regions, it's Jun. Everybody that watches this channel knows that I'm a big believer in it because it's been proven. Jun J50 Plus. This sorghum is an Alpharex brand by Dow AgriScience, and it's their super sugar blend. Okay, so I don't know, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, especially with something I don't know about, and I don't know a whole lot about sorghum. But for example, Brad Larson, you're not too far away from me as the crow flies. I don't know, this is a proven product right here. Might something you want to look into, but you're your own man, you make your own decision, and testing other things out is always fun. In fact, I might want to go after 2 varieties next year just to keep things interesting, see what works best. But that's what this stuff is. I'm going to lift this up, turn around, I got to shut this video off, folks. So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the first video of this series, and all is going well. And I'm looking forward to a beer here in about 2 hours. So, all right, folks, talk to you sooner than later.